The meadow at dusk. The meadow always felt different in the evening. The air became softer, the colors warmer, and the sounds quieter, as though the world itself was taking a deep breath before bedtime. The tall grass, which danced so eagerly under the midday sun, now swayed in a calm, sleepy rhythm. Benny the brave bunny sat just outside the little round entrance to his burrow, his whiskers twitching as he nibbled on a fresh, sweet carrot. He loved this time of day, not just because the world was peaceful, but because he could notice things he didn't see during the busy daylight hours. The way the shadows stretched long and thin, how the clouds blushed pink before turning silver, and how the breeze carried scents from faraway places. But tonight, something was different. Just beyond the patch of tall grass where he usually played, there was a small, round spot of earth that Benny didn't remember seeing before. It was darker than the rest of the soil, almost like rich chocolate, and even from where he sat, it seemed to shimmer ever so faintly under the fading light. Benny's long ears perked up. His curiosity, as always, began to bubble. He set his carrot down, brushed off his little paws, and hopped toward it. The magical patch. The closer he got, the more certain he was that this soil wasn't ordinary. It wasn't just darker. It seemed to be alive. There was a gentle warmth rising from it, and when Benny touched it lightly with his paw, he felt a faint vibration, like the purr of a very happy cat. "Oh," he breathed softly. "What are you?" As if in answer, a soft melody floated on the breeze, a tune so delicate it felt like a lullaby. Benny turned his head and smiled. He knew that song anywhere. A moment later, Mia the musical cat padded into view. Her fur was white as moonlight, her eyes deep and gentle, and her paws made almost no sound on the grass. She carried music everywhere she went, whether in her humming, her purring, or the gentle swish of her tail. "Benny," she said, her voice as smooth as a summer night, "what are you doing out here when the sky is tucking itself in?" "I think I found something," Benny whispered, pointing his paw. "Look, do you see it glowing? Or is it just me?" Mia crouched beside him, her nose twitching as she sniffed the soil. She closed her eyes for a moment, as if listening to something deep below the surface. She purred. "Smells like dreams." Benny blinked. "Dreams? But dreams don't grow in the ground." "Not in ordinary ground," Mia agreed, her whiskers curling into a smile. "But this isn't ordinary." Toby and the dream seeds. From a stream nearby came a slow, steady voice. Did someone say dream seeds? Benny and Mia turned to see Toby the Tiny Turtle making his way up the grassy bank. Toby moved slowly, but his eyes always seemed to know more than they let on. He carried a small satchel on his back, worn smooth from years of travel. "I might," Toby said, "have a few left." Benny's ears shot straight up. "You have dream seeds?" "I've been saving them for a very long time," Toby said, settling himself beside them. "They're not easy to find. They only appear when the moon is smiling and the river is singing the right song. But they'll need a special place to grow. And I think," he said with a knowing look at Benny, "you found it." He opened the satchel and Benny gasped. Inside, resting on a soft bed of moss, were tiny seeds that shimmered like drops of starlight. They seemed to hum quietly, each one carrying its own gentle note. Planting the dream garden. The three friends decided to plant the seeds right away before the night grew too deep. Benny dug small holes in the warm soil, careful not to rush. His little paws worked quickly but gently, like he was tucking in baby rabbits for a nap. Mia sang a soft planting song, her melody rising and falling in perfect time with the breeze. Toby placed each shimmering seed into the earth with steady care, covering them with a little extra moss for comfort. As the last seed was planted, the air around them grew still. The crickets quieted. Even the stream seemed trouble in the breeze. But just as the first buds began to open, a playful gust of wind swept across the meadow. It was not a cruel wind, but it was mischievous. It danced between the flowers, swaying them back and forth. And then, oh dear, it caught a few of the unplanted dream seeds and sent them rolling across the grass. "Stop them!" Benny cried, bounding after them. Mia darted ahead, her white fur flashing in the moonlight, but the seeds rolled faster, heading straight toward the stream. Toby, who was slow to chase, took a different approach. He positioned himself at the water's edge and waited. The seeds tumbled closer, closer, until they bumped gently against his sturdy shell. "Got them," he said, smiling as he gathered them up. Benny let out a breath of relief. That was close. "Sometimes," Toby said, handing the seeds back, "being slow is exactly what's needed." Night in the dream garden. With the seeds safe again, the friends returned to the patch. The flowers were now in full bloom, and what a sight they were! Each blossom glowed from within, holding a tiny shape made of light. A star, a moon, a heart, a sailing boat, even a small castle. The petals swayed gently, releasing a fragrance so sweet and soft that it made Benny's eyelids grow heavy. "This," Mia murmured, curling up beside a cluster of moon-shaped blooms, "is the perfect place to sleep." Benny lay down on the grass, his ears twitching lazily. "Let's stay here and dream together." Toby nestled in close, resting his shell against the warm soil. The three friends closed their eyes as the garden hummed softly around them. The stars above twinkled in rhythm with the flowers below, and soon the friends were drifting into dreams made of light, laughter, and the gentle promise of tomorrow. And so, in the quiet heart of the meadow, Benny Bunny's garden of dreams bloomed for the very first time. It would remain there, waiting for kind hearts and gentle hands, ready to grow new dreams for anyone who believed in them. Good night, little dreamer. May your dreams be as warm, as bright, and as kind as the flowers in Benny's garden.